Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. Big up to every single one of you that's locked in. Always great to chop things up with the crew. It's always great to bring up the gang for another episode of Capital Conflict. Jay isn't going to be here because he's watching 50 Cent at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So big up to Jay. We'll see him another time. But what a really shocking day. In all honesty, I'm sure we all got to like the tragic news various times a day. For me, I woke up at 1 p.m. in the morning, did the standard thing of just like turning over, checking my phone, seeing if there's any transfer news, because you never know if you get something, an emergency thing you got to go live for. And then you just see the sad news about Diogo, Jota, and Andre Silva. And I want to say and Andre Silva too, because everyone seems to be bringing him up secondary. But two people died in a tragic accident. I think in Portugal, when I think Jota was on his way back to England. I still haven't got all the details around it. But ultimately, both of them have tragically died. And it's something that's caused the entire footballing world to stop, and rightfully so. It's one of those things where, like, we always say people die every day, but when you see a situation of like this magnitude and this level of shock, someone in their mid-20s or 28, for me, I'm 27 years old. That's like 1 year off me. I'm seeing someone in the peak of their life, in the peak of their powers, just get snatched from the world like that. It just brings everything into perspective. And oh boy, just all I can say is my condolences go out to the loved ones, to the family, fans across the world. It's not just Liverpool. There's Porto, there's Atletico Madrid, there's Wolves, there's a string of other clubs and countries that Jota's played for as well. And like, yeah, it's just condolences to everybody who's affected by it. And honestly, don't take life for granted, man. Don't take life for granted. Every single thing that you want to do, go and do it as quickly as you can, or try and like make the plans to make it happen as soon as possible, because you never know when you're going to get snatched from this earth. We don't know the plans that God has for us. None of us do. We don't know what the next day brings for us. We don't even know what the next hour brings. So make sure you know everyone around you's all right. Live life to the fullest, and also I would say just get everything done that you have to get done in life, because boy, life can be quick sometimes, isn't it? Sorry to even just start off by going off in that tangent. I wanted to bring both of you guys into it before that, but it only just felt right to start in that way. But Mike's, I hope everything's good first and foremost. I hope you're doing well. How is everything?
Yeah, doing all good. Obviously, condolences to Jota and his family and everyone involved that's affected, of course. Not the greatest thing to wake up to, especially just in general, let alone any industry, let alone the industry that we talk about every single day. But yeah, other than that, I'm all good outside of football and stuff. Yeah, just fresh back off a holiday a week ago and stuff and that as well. Now come back to the same old sort of
I
thing.
hope you
But
had
yeah,
a
good
good
to be back
holiday.
on stream, man. No, I had a great holiday. Thanks. But yeah, come back to the same old, really. Just yeah, here's what it is, sort of thing. But it's good to chop it up again. Good to be back on.
Definitely. Northside as well. Big up, my guy. Always great to have you on the channel too. Hope everything's well, and like, yeah, hope everything's well with you, bro. I don't know how to, because I know with you as well. I don't know how you're impacted with it as well, because like you obviously had a connection with Jota because he was in the Portuguese national team and everything. So it might have hit you a little bit more differently to me, but I hope everything's well from your side.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, man, for having me on the show. Big up Max as well. Yeah, first and foremost, condolences to his mum. Losing two sons and one goal. That's crazy. That's above everything. You know what I mean? Before the play, I mean, of course, he's a great player, and everybody knows that. But he's somebody's son. He's a husband. He's a dad, and it's really sad, man. Really sad, and I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I couldn't believe it. I was at work. I was like, nah, it can't be. You know what I mean? It kind of reminded me when I was younger and I heard Aaliyah died. And I'm like, nah, she couldn't have died from the airplane. Like, there's deaths at times when you hear and you're like, nah, man, that can't be. It can't be that. Do you know what I mean? And you just in
So
disbelief.
unexpected.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Even when Michael Jackson died, like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't just want to talk about celebrities, because anyone losing their life is a life gone, in it. All life is equal in the eyes of God and that. But it's just certain ones that hit you and you're like, I can't believe it. I can't believe that, you know, that they're not here anymore. And yeah, man, I feel so bad for his family. I feel bad for the kids, you know, because they're gonna grow up without knowing their dad or having very limited memories of their dad, of how young they are. It's just, you know, first and foremost is with the family, you know, because that's their blood, that's their family member. Crazy, you know what I mean? And the love that he had, I saw that, you know, he was it was like a high school crush, like a young crush that developed into a love, and you know what I mean, he married his high school crush. That's mad, bro. They must have had like a deep love for each other, and for her to lose her partner, you know what I mean, condolences out to his
Just
partner.
half the time they're not as well, man.
Yeah.
It's
Worst
just
time.
mad. I felt like I felt more about that more than Jota being a Portuguese international. You know, obviously I'm not a Liverpool fan, but like it's more the human than anything else. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, me thinking about, oh, okay, we don't have Jota for the national team. I felt like that was not really on my mind, because I felt like, for me, I can't talk for anybody else, but for me, it's like, that's a selfish thing. It's not about that. It's about him not being alive, you know, let alone not being available for the national team. So, you know what I mean? It was just sad. It was sad. You know what I mean? For any player, anybody to lose their life, you know what I mean? Even if it was a player that people don't rate, I still would have felt upset, because you don't want to see anyone lose their life. You know what I mean? Even if it was Darwin Núñez, I'd still be at his sad day. You know what I mean? You know, so it's just one of those ones where it's
just one of those things that you never see anyone, or you never want to see anyone even try and weaponize it or use it for their own sort of like selfish thought process or anything. Obviously, you see a few idiots doing it on social media, because, you know, common sense ain't never really that common and everything. But for the most part, everyone's looked at the situation. It's just really sad to see someone at such a young age, with such a young family that they were building up as well, and just a lot of people's worlds have just been rocked. Like those kids as well, they're at an age where like they probably aren't even really like, it doesn't really set in like what's really happened. I remember when I was 14 and I lost my mother in it, and like even then you're old enough to know what's happened, but it don't really like set in as you would as an adult. Like, God forbid, if I lose my dad, that's gonna like rock me differently. But when you're younger and your emotions aren't really like, you're not really in touch with it like you are as an adult, it doesn't really connect. You might not understand it as much. You might think like, where's my father gone and all of that. And it's just, even just thinking about that, it's just fucked. It's so fucked. The whole situation is just fucked. I just hope, and I know like Liverpool are going to look after the family and everything, and like they're going to be looked after the best way they can. But like, how do you really like look after someone to a point where they're okay with a situation like this?
Yeah, they'll never truly be okay for like a very, very long time, because it's not just one, it's two. They've lost both. Like the parents have lost both of like their sons. Like it's that's the most painful part. It's like it's already painful. Like the whole saying of, you'd rather the kid bury their parents rather than the parents bury their kid, and the fact that they have to do that twice is bro. Like I was genuinely at a loss for words. Where it's like, what on earth do you even say at that point to find solace or find the positive in a situation? And what I tried to think about it like today is that, like, we all, like, football is normalized for us. Like when we see these professionals on the pitch, like they're professional, but it's normal to us. But to think about it, it's very rare to even make it to where they made it in the first place. So to have two kids that did what they did in this sport to make it professional in the first place, they've already left the legacy behind as it is. Now, we would have wanted to see more of that. No one wanted to see this. But there's so many positives we can talk about of what they've left behind, and it's just a shame that it's come so short, because they were in their 20s, and you have a short career, you have a short life, and they were only just getting started, sort of thing. And what they achieved at their age was amazing in itself, and it's very rare that you even make it to their positions. So we just got to be grateful for what we have, and no parent should be burying their kid at any stage.
I'd say as well, also be grateful for the time that we still have to continue to build your own legacies, innit? Like, I think with Jota and his brother, like, at the very least, the legacy that they have left behind speaks for themselves, but they've also like maximized the life that they have. I just want to say to everybody else, maximize the life that you have in it. You don't know when your life is going to be gone. You don't know when it's going to be your last day or even your last hour. Like, it could just be so immediate. It could just be like just a shock accident or just the most random of things in it. But just make the most of the life that you have and just don't leave any stone unturned. All of that. I think that's the best way to look for it. But just before we move on, I have seen a lot of the chat asking for a minute's silence. So from this point to the next minute, the chat as well, just like drop prayer emojis and all that. But for the next minute, we're just going to do a minute's silence. I'm going to leave this on the front screen. Big up, my guys. Big up every single one of you that's locked in. First thing I want to say as well is big up to the community as well, because there wasn't a single comment that was like out of touch or offensive or disrespectful or nothing like that. I've seen the odd comments on like a few people's streams. You get like the odd troll here and there. We got none of that in here. So big up to every single one of you. Every single one of you, like, subscribe, sub to the panel. The links are in the pinned comment in the chat. And yeah, let's get back into the show. Rest in peace to Diogo Jota, Andre Silva. Condolences to the family. Condolences to all the loved ones. And yeah, let's try and get back into the show, and we'll talk a little bit of football for the next hour. Don't go anywhere afterwards. Northside's going to be live immediately. We're going to be redirecting over there too. And yeah, I guess with that in mind, I think it'd be best to start off with Arsenal as well. So there's been a lot that's been reported about Arsenal over the last couple of days. There's been a very reputable, what's his name, Spanish source. I think his name is Mario Cortagena. He's meant to be a tier 1 Madrid journalist, one of the first to break the interest in Mastantuono, Højlund's release clauses, a lot of the Trent saga as well. And he's saying that Madrid and Xabi Alonso are open to Rodrigo leaving this summer. But this is something we kind of already knew. The only real update that we got, this actually came from Ornstein. And he's saying he don't really see a movement for Rodrigo or for Anthony Gordon unless Martinelli leaves. Martinelli leaving and the money that you get off that would potentially go towards getting a Rodrigo or getting the upgrades. But it doesn't look like he wants to leave. He doesn't want the Saudi moves, even though there's interest from Al Nassr. Bayern haven't really pressed on him just yet because I think their focus is on Luis Diaz for now. And I'll be so real. If a Rodrigo move is dependent on Martinelli leaving, I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't think it's going to happen. But what's your whole thoughts been on the Rodrigo situation so far of the last week? Because I didn't think Martinelli would play a factor in it.
Yeah, I don't really believe it. I don't really buy it. Is he really that unhappy at Real Madrid? I don't know. And if he is unhappy, are we going to put the money down? I mean, we've had the incentive to go get Gyökeres. Apparently, he prefers Arsenal over Man United. Have we progressed on that deal? No. So, we've had incentives already during the window to go and get these players. And, we haven't bought through Gyökeres. Eze, he's happy to leave and he's an Arsenal fan. Have we got that deal over the line? Those are two players that we have clear incentives. And the favours in, the ball's in our court in terms of we put the money down. The player's happy to join Arsenal. We haven't put the money down. So are we really going to go out there and get Rodrigo? We don't even know if he's unhappy at Real Madrid, if he even wants to come to Arsenal. Just because, even if, let's just even entertain it, even if he's unhappy at Real Madrid, who said that Arsenal is his first choice? Do you know what I mean? So that's the thing. I don't know how they put 2 and 2 together. Just because we're interested in a player does not mean that the player necessarily is interested in us in the same way Gyökeres has shown interest, or the same way Eze, has a connection with the club, something that you can actually work with, not just putting the money down, but actually trying to convince the player to come over. So I don't really buy it. And we've been penny pinching with, Zubimendi. We've been penny pinching with Gyökeres. We've been penny pinching now with Eze. Are we really just going to put the money down, even if we receive the money from Martinelli? I'm not too sure. It just seems like we're trying to lowball all these signings. The only signings that we've gotten over the line are the cheap ones, Kepa and Norgard. The rest of them are yet to be announced. So I don't know, bro. I just look at it and I just think it depends. Obviously, it depends what Rodrigo wants. You know what I mean? But I just don't really see it, bro. Like when we were able to get Sanchez away from Barcelona, it was because he couldn't get into that MSN trio. When we was able to get Ozil, it was because they weren't utilizing him. Rodrigo gets minutes at Real Madrid. You know what I mean? More than not, he starts for them. So it's not really the same incentive. And we had the pool of a manager that was a legend. This manager is not a legend. So we don't even have the same pool. You know what I mean? A lot of players still respected Wenger in the game, still wanted to play for Wenger in the game. Do you know what I mean? I don't see that when it comes to Arteta. You know what I mean? I don't see the pull. I don't see that, we got this player over the line because Arteta was the convincing factor in this player getting over the line. So that's why for me, it's just like, I mean, even in Mbeumo, he's happier to go to Man United than Arsenal. So if we can't sell the project to Mbeumo, how are we going to sell it to Rodrigo?
No, but even with Mbeumo, you sold him the idea of being debt for Saka. And to be fair, with the season he's had, that's straight insulting. That's a straight insult. So I feel like you guys dug your own grave with that one here. I'm thinking like when you mention it, and you said if he leaves, why would it have to be Arsenal? It just put a thought in my mind. Like if Bayern are sitting there looking for another winger, what stops them just cutting out the middleman? Yeah. Why does Arsenal have to be involved? Just get them out of there. We'll go get Rodrigo and Elise on the wings. Fuck. Yeah. And with Musiala in the middle, Harry Kane up top, that is a front four that will win everything. Dominate Europe. So it don't really have to be Arsenal like that. With Rodrigo, I really don't know where he stands. He seems loyal to Madrid, but they're not starting him. He's getting pity minutes in the Club World Cup. Obviously, that isn't going to define his season under Xabi Alonso, but I would have expected a bit more in terms of like appearances and impact. And he hasn't seemed to have got the opportunities for any of that. So it depends on whether he wants to fight for his spot or not. He hasn't pushed to leave, and Madrid aren't going to like really try and like get rid of him unless they either get the big money fee immediately, or unless he directly says he wants to leave. It doesn't seem like either one's going to happen. So if that's not the case, it might just be an Eze or even Noni Madueke, because that one seems to be the one that's progressing right now. From what we heard last week, it was internal discussions with Arsenal's board about Noni. Now you're speaking to Noni's agents. We're not expecting any moves to be made for him until after we're done with the Club World Cup. So this will drag for at least the next 10 days. But it at least seems like you've advanced a little bit more with Noni, which says to me you're actually a bit serious about it. Now it just seems like it's a case of you persuading him or not, because apparently Noni don't want to be playing on the left continuously, and he isn't really sold on being Saka's backup. I mean, I kind of understand. Like you've barely got a guaranteed spot with us, let alone with Arsenal. And you're stinking it out on the left side. I already know how you're going to feel about this transfer. I think the only decent thing for you would be like, can you get the other transfers sorted with it? But Noni Madueke, that ain't no needle mover. I think that's only a needle mover for a team that's guaranteed to give him minutes every week, just off the potential of him finally realizing his end product. And I don't think you lot are going to give him those minutes continuously because he's not better than Saka and he's not anywhere near that. So if he was to get those minutes, it's only because Saka's injured. And if Saka's injured, Arsenal's attack's already gone down as a result. So I don't know how it really works for you guys. unless you just want his level to be where it's at right now. I don't get it.
I wouldn't even want him as a second backup. I mean, if we were to get him in the club, I think he'd be third choice winger, in my opinion, because he ain't better than Ethan on the right hand side. And Ethan's a 10, but he's still more effective. So I wouldn't even put him over Ethan if Saka's injured. I just listen. It just thinks of Arsenal. You know what I mean? Garnacho and Madueke and Sesko, and you know they're players for the future. We're gonna unlock them. And it stinks of Arsenal, bro. Like that's the more likely route that this club was gonna do, and we're not gonna do absolutely nothing. I just don't understand it. I don't think maybe that's the stumbling block why we're not getting players over the line, because no player should be coming into the team feeling like, oh, okay, I'm automatically second. Every position should be up for grabs. Like it should be based on performances. And if you are performing, Saka hold bench. If Saka's not performing and Rodrigo's performing, Saka, you got to hold bench, or whoever that comes in has to hold bench. Like there's no nailed on starters. Like, but I don't know, man. I feel like there's certain players that the manager doesn't want to not challenge his decisions in giving Odegaard the armband, in giving Saka proper competition. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like that's probably why they want like Madueke, because they know he'll comfortably hold bench and he can start Saka all the time. And I just think it's a mess, man. I just think this club is in a mess. We look like we have no idea what we're doing. It seems like in terms of the targets, I don't know. Some targets look like they're Berta targets. Other targets look like they're Arteta targets. But like I said with Berta, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. If you are not able to get this manager under control and get the players in that you need, you're not the right guy for the job, bro. You're not the guy that we thought you was coming in to this job. Because everybody said, yo, Berta's coming in. He's going to get his players. He's now going to take over in terms of scouting the players and getting deals over the line. Nothing he's done, Edu couldn't have done. Edu could have done all the deals we've done up till now since Berta's been here. He could have got Norgard over the line and he could have got Kepa over the line. This doesn't impress me, bro. So when I'm looking at the sporting director, I'm not seeing an upgrade. I'm seeing the same nonsense I saw under Edu. And yet when it was Edu, he was getting slaughtered. But now it's Berta, let him cook. Cook what? What's he cooking?
But here's the thing. What's the difference between a Berta signing and an Arteta signing? Because that's what I struggled to get. I've been like arguing back and forth with troops about this for ages. And it just seems to be like a good transfer's Berta and a bad transfer's Arteta. And it's like, I'm putting them both under this one because I think they both talk about targets together, and whoever they pick, ultimately, it's both of their responsibilities.
When I saw him smiling with Kepa, I was like, "This." So you sanctioned this because it made me feel like, is this your kind of signing? Because you're the one getting him out the taxi, smiling, putting pen to paper, smiling for the camera, say cheese. You know what I mean? Let me show you around the area. Let me show you around the training ground. I can't lie. If he doesn't get me the players that I need this transfer window, he's a fraud. And some people are saying, "Oh, but North, let Arteta cook himself." Why would he, bro? We didn't bring Berta in for Arteta to still have brains.
Let him tank this season. That's what they're saying.
So the season's a free hit.
Let Arteta drown, huh? So another season down the drain. Oh, great!
Like,
I mean, bro.
Like, this is the thing. Like, I've predicted this just before like Berta came in. Like, it wouldn't make a difference. Like, I feel like when a director of football gets power, or when you change director of football, that means you're meant to change model, and you'll see like a slight tweak in the type of targets you actually go for. I've seen Arsenal basically linked with the same players that they were linked with before Berta got appointed. So it doesn't make a difference to me. I never thought the guy was going to have any power anyway, because Arsenal's owners don't really operate like that regardless. They just look for market opportunities or whatever that's convenient to them. And that's the problem with the winger situation. Like, I agree with the whole Rodrigo thing. Like, I only see him really going Bayern. Like, because I don't think any Brazilian wants to leave Real Madrid, first of all. I don't think anyone really is like, I'm begging to leave Real Madrid like that. But also, if the Bayern Leao saga keeps going on, then they could just see if they can get Rodrigo or not. Simple as that. And there's not really many suitors other than that. There's not really many other people that are looking for wingers. And what kind of club is relying on Martinelli to be sold to look for Rodrigo? Like, you see any normal club, they would just get the player they need first and not worry about the players that are actually like worse than them that are already there. They'd focus on the sale afterwards, because it's not like Arsenal are broke. Even though they try and perceive it that way, they're not broke. they don't go out and just spend like it's no man's land. They are good in PSR. It's a new PSR year. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. So you like not being able to sell a project right now after supposedly competing on all fronts for all these competitions, and still Manchester United are able to get players over you. There is no point in what you're doing right now. There's nothing to what you're doing. They're not even the players are looking at the Arsenal project being like, we believe in what Arsenal were trying to do. Nobody really gives a fuck like that. Like, no player cares. Like, like trying to say to Mbeumo, you know what, you're going to hold bench for Saka all this time. Well, these players know already that Saka will play no matter what until his legs fall off. So they know they're not going to get 1 minute. And Madueke even knows that himself. And then again, let's say they do get a right winger for depth. What the hell happens to Wanyeri? Because Wanyeri doesn't play anyway. There was rumours of him falling out with the manager. Odegaard plays over him.
But Odegaard already handled a transfer request. That'd be so real.
And that's the thing. After Odegaard was injured, Marino and Havertz were playing in the 10 over him. So what's the point of you being there? Trossard was playing in the 10 over him. What's the point of you being there? There is no point. Like, he's probably the most naturally talented player in that team. Doesn't play. Doesn't play in either position. And he played on right wing a couple of times, got injured, then we never saw him again. You only play when it's like, when it's convenient. When it's convenient to play for the odd 20 minutes. And it's getting I guess it's getting worrying from the outside looking in, because how is there not more outrage of an Arsenal's transfer window after Man City and Liverpool just got Cherky and Wirtz? You're looking at Man City and Liverpool, and they just got Cherky and Wirtz and Reinders and Kirk.
And they're still trying to get Isak.
Yep, they're still trying to get Isak. And Arsenal are what? Debating over Sesko and Gyökeres. Who says that Arsenal are even going to actually get a striker this window? Like, let's be honest. Because despite the fact that Jesus is injured, the striker options right now are Marino and Havertz. So let's say they sign a striker, Marino doesn't play. Arteta doesn't want to upset the crop that's already there. So Marino and Havertz are going to keep their game time. Havertz is starting.
Havertz, that's the wage thing that we've been talking about. Highest earners are your strikers. You can't really get another striker without giving them something close to that. Although it seems like Gyökeres is desperate enough for the move that like he probably would still take less of the wages, but it hasn't even advanced. It looks like they're now diverting to Ollie Watkins. There was like, I think Team News and Tick said that they spoke to Watkins a few days ago and told him to hold on any deal. He would be the third choice option with the first two looking difficult, but it also seems like the easiest one to make.
So why didn't they do that in January? If that's what they wanted to do, why didn't they do that in January then?
Because then they decided to do it as soon as Duran got announced. Because yeah, we tried, it didn't work. Now you can do it and still give him enough time to go for a striker, and they still haven't done it. Watkins is an Arsenal fan. He'll stay in the Premier League. Last big move for him. Probably still will come with a bit of a hefty paycheck. Let's call it what it is. But that seems like another move that would be very easy to do. Why ain't you done it? Like, now we're hearing Arteta wants a striker by your first pre-season game or whenever you travel to wherever you're traveling for pre-season. I'm waiting for the 14th now. So 11 days time. 11 days time. If Arsenal don't get a striker, that's another lie. And then that's more time ticking. At least you're getting Eze. At least that's one decent thing you lot are doing. I actually think you get that one across the line.
I don't.
Oh, sorry.
They're not paying that release clause. And Palace ain't accepting
anything. How much is the release clause again?
Is that 68? I swear it's that 68.
Yeah, 60 odd, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
so I saw 60. Yeah, I saw 60.
You think Palace are accepting anything below that for a 28-year-old? They're like, bro, he's 28. Bro, give me the money.
I remember from the Elise negotiations, it is the release clause or fuck off. And I get it. Release clauses are there for a reason. It is what it is. And
but then again, it's like Arsenal to not get the striker and invest that money in somewhere else. You get me? So,
and that's another reason why I see you get Eze. I don't think you get a striker. I could see you get Eze, and I could probably see you get Noni.
And then say next season, let's see how Havertz and Moreno get on. Because when Moreno was performing, Havertz was injured. So then they say, oh, but we can rotate them now. We can rotate them now.
More creativity from the left now.
Bro, I look at it and I'm just like, I don't understand how this fan base here can see so many London teams have a successful season last season and accept this. Like Chelsea won the conference, Palace lifted a cup. Do you know what I'm saying? Spurs won Europa, and we're sitting here like everything's okay. Like, do you want this to repeat it? Do you want that to repeat itself next season? I just don't understand it. Like, we should be up in arms. I don't get it, but it just shows how strong this process and love for this manager is, because we can see our rivals lifting trophies, and most of the fan base, they're still trying to justify to me Sesko. They're justifying Norgard. Oh, he's only a backup. Yeah, well, he's only a backup. But guess what? When we had the backup, when we have to rely on the backup, how do we look? When we had to rely on Sterling, how did we look? When we had to rely on flipping playing the DM in the number 10 because we didn't have the manager don't want to play the backup number 10 in Ethan, how did we look? What about when we had to play Moreno up front? We didn't win nothing. Like every time, I don't understand how this fan base here continue to back things that have failed in the past. Like,
you know what it is? It's nuance. Like, you could say, like, I get Norgard or I get us getting in Kepa. And I'd hear all of that. What I would also hear is, where's my goal scorer? Where's my striker? I can hear us going and, like, fixing the depth that we might need to fix and fine. Like, there's no problem with that. Where is my striker? Where is the number one thing that we needed going into this window? There should be understanding, but not satisfaction. That's what I think it should be. Like, you shouldn't be satisfied off of these moves when you haven't got what you needed
Lewis,
to get.
We're getting our plan E in every position. Like, we could have went and got Kelleher, but we went and got Kepa. We could have got
Keller wouldn't be number 2
ages ago. But bro, this is the thing, yeah. Why should Raya be number 1? Based on what? Based on what? Once upon a time, Ramsdale was number 1.
Like, no, I hear it, but like, I don't think Kelleher's leaving anywhere without guarantees, in it, because he's just sat on the bench for years for Liverpool. Wherever he's going, he's going to be a guaranteed 1.
Cool. Start. You're Premier League winner.
Oh, okay. If you want him as a number, all right, fair enough then.
I don't care about these guys, bro. I care about my club winning, bro. Where you can hold bench. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man's decent. Yeah, but so was Ramsdale. He was decent for a season or 2. But at the end of the day, is he world class? No. So he can hold bench as well. I don't care. Kelleher showed me enough for me to be like, yo, he can be number 1 in the Prem. Do you know what I'm saying? I rate Kelleher. At the end of the day, yeah, I don't want players that comfortably hold bench. I want proper competition. That is what I want. But we're going for Kepa instead of going and getting a proper number 2. We're going in for flipping Norgard instead of going and getting a proper DM. We ain't even got Zubamendi over the line, so they can't even gas me the Zubamendi thing because that's not over the line. We went from trying to get Rodrigo and Mbeumo to going in for Garnacho or Rashford or wingers like that. Then in the striker position, we went from Gyökeres to going down to flipping Sesko's and strikers like that. Come on, bro, what's going on here? Like, we're not getting our number 1 targets in any position, and I'm supposed to be content with this. Like, I'm not, bro. I don't feel like these guys, yeah, they can't sell if you cannot, and Max is right. If you can't sell a project, yeah, after getting second 3 years in a row, you're never going to be able to sell this project. You can't sell it right now.
That's the problem.
Like, bro, come on, man. Like, I don't get it. If we're supposed to be the second best team in the league and you're telling me we can't get none of our number 1 targets, is that good enough? Is that good enough? Something's wrong. Or maybe players are seeing what I'm seeing. This manager's not convincing. This project is not convincing. Do you know what I mean? I'm not, bro. This is the thing. What number 1 target are we getting? We were linked with Gyökeres way before all the signings that Liverpool made and the signings that City made. City don't get Verts. He prefers to go Liverpool. All of a sudden, they go get Cherky. Why don't we move? We never move like that. Look how quickly everybody else moves. Even you lot at Chelsea, you got Delap. Now you got João Pedro. We were linked with this guy before you were linked with those players, and you got them over the line, and we're still yet to get a striker. Like, come on, this is pathetic, bro. This is pathetic. And if this club knew that they didn't have any money, why didn't we start selling players in January? They knew they wanted to get a new sporting director, and they would have known the books before the financial year ended and we got our, what the finances were at the club. If you knew the finances at the club, first of all, why did you sanction Calafiori and spend money on that when you had Lewis Skelly? Why did you waste money on Moreno when we already had Partey and Rice? Why did you waste money on those players, bro? If you knew money was tight, if you knew we needed a striker, because when you was buying these players, we were still calling out for a clinical striker. So why are you eating into the money that we had available to go out there and buy the striker? surely this club, well, I say surely, but then again, it's Arsenal Football Club. Surely you would have been speaking to Gyökeres, been speaking to Osimhen, been speaking to all the strikers that you want with whatever list Arsenal have, and would have known how much the club wants for the transfer fee, what the agent fee is, how much the player wants in wages, and you would have looked at your money and said, okay, we can allocate this money to areas that we absolutely need to address. This is why the Skelly thing, to me, they didn't plan for this. I never knew that Skelly was good. Because if you knew that he was good, why did you go and get Calafiori for?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. You would have given him the platform. Calafiori was rubbish and he got injured, which gave Skelly the platform to kick on. But you weren't really backing the kid like that.
And that's the bigger thing as well. He wasn't good enough. Because like with Wanyeri, you see the difference. He was getting all the minutes and then Saka came back. Straight to the bench. Because Saka's just the level raiser.
And people don't realise Zinchenko's still there. Jesus is injured, still there. Kivior is still there. Like, bro, where are these players going? Reece Nelson's still there. Like, what the fuck? What is this squad planning? This is not a team that is ever prepared to go for a league, let alone win it.
Like, we're never prepared for anything. We're prepared for the best case scenario. That's Arsenal Football Club. We are always prepared that we need referees to be on our side, VAR not to go against us. Oh, people can't, the dark arts to work. Oh, we need the set piece. We have to be the set piece kings. We can't get any injuries. We need all the players to be at maximum performance. We need to make sure that all the players still can perform at the end of this. Bro, it's nonsense. In life, you have to always prepare for the worst case scenario. Always. Mm-hmm. When you earn a wage, you put money in a savings for a rainy day because, times is good now. We could have a credit crunch. We could hit the economy could go down, and then you've got a bit of a safety net, parachute payments, which is your savings. In life, you have to plan for the worst case, but Arsenal never planned for the best case. We are getting Sesko in, hoping that he bags 20 goals season. We will get Madueke and get Garnacho in, hoping that we could get the most potential out of them like we did with Sterling. It's all hope. We are hoping Odegaard gets back to the form that he was 2-3 seasons ago. We are hoping that Martinelli can show the form that he showed 2-3 seasons ago. It's all hope. When did we go out there and say, yo, baller, boom, put the money down? We don't ever do that. We are hoping and trying to build these players as if they're going to be great players. Okay, if Arteta's so great, at building players and developing players, then develop the players that you've already brought into this club. Develop Lokonga. Develop Fabio Vieira, because that will save us money. If you're able to do that, I'm fine with that. But that will save us money. If we're so tight for money, develop the players that you already have. Why didn't you develop Zinchenko to be a left back? How much money are we really going to get for Martinelli when Man United are struggling to get rid of Rashford and Garnacho because of mainly Rashford because of his wages? What are we going to get from Martinelli? His wages doesn't equate to the quality of the player.
I'm thinking you get 40 on a very good day. On a very good day.
I don't know.
And I'd say more if it weren't for the wages. Because I think with Noni, we could get 45 off you guys for him. 45, maybe 50 on a good day. But that's only because of his age, and that's because of the wages. He's only on 50k a week. Martinelli's on 180.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you see, Mike's. You see, this is the problem.
Oh, Jesus and Havertz, I swear, are the highest paid as well. Like, this is long, man.
240, 280. Their wage structure is ridiculous. That's why I don't get why they haven't just thrown the money at Osimhen. You might as well. Your wage structure's already in the bin. At least have your highest earner be a certified bagsman that also comes with the aerial threat and the mentality. That's what you guys could do if you were serious. I spent the whole of last summer thinking you guys would hijack Osimhen from us. Because you could. And you could offer the money that we wouldn't. You haven't.
No, I want to know. I want to know two things. Tomiyasu, why the fuck is he still there? Why? He's been injured for 2 years, yeah. Second of all,
what's his wages?
Yeah, check Tomiyasu's wages real quick, because this guy does not play. And Zubimendi, I've never seen a slower here we go in my life. It's July now. Where is he? Where is, bro? Has he done his medical?
He's on 100k too. Fuck.
Tomiyasu's on 100k to sit on the fucking...
Did Gabriel really extend his contract at 100k?
Huh? I don't know what the wages are, but bro.
No, I'm looking at it here on Capology. It's saying his new contract's at 100K. There ain't no way.
What?
If
Gabriel
that's the
Tobias
case,
were the
sack
same
your
way.
agent right now, bruv.
Oh my god. Same wage as Tobias is crazy.
100K a week, bro. Man's earning less than what Sterling earned when he was at Arsenal.
I don't know, man.
No.
This club.
Fucking hell, bro.
And there's still people talking like, you're just moaning, you're just this, you're just that, bro. I've seen this shit for 21 years, and man try to gaslight me. Like, what
It's
I'm
not
saying.
even pre-season. Every year we go through this, like so, just tell you, just be a bit more patient. Be a bit patient. There's still time. All right.
Let the professionals do their job. Let the professionals. Okay. All right.
But they're young. They're learning on the job. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
How they done it? How have they done so far? Innit?
This is the same club that told me would be able to go get world-class players as soon as we paid off the stadium. We paid it off. Then they told me, but hold on, wait till we get back in Champions League, we'll get world-class players. We got back in the Champions League, still no world-class players. The same club that told me, but don't worry, we was only buying players that were phase one. But guess what? We've been linked to a bunch of kids. We got linked to an 18-year-old number 10 from, I think, Olympiacos. Like, I thought this was phase one players. Why are we going back to phase one players? And people say, but it's rumors. Okay, cool. Get the players in that we need. And then there's the rumors. Simple. Then we don't need to go on rumors because we already went out there and bought the players that we need. Like, It's crazy, man. It's crazy, but this club but the fans they're the worst thing because they're the ones that continue to try to justify this shit. Even when rivals, were like, yo, all jokes aside, this is what you need. They think that you lot, they think you lot are taking the piss. You're telling the truth. Like, bro, what we doing here? I don't get it. Man is saying, yo, go get Eze. Yo, go get Gyökeres. Go get... No. Let Arteta cook. Let the professionals. Professional what? Professional what? The professionals have had 5 years. Look at the team. We've had a whole bench that we had to clear out. A bench I told you wasn't good enough. Transfer windows I told you weren't good enough. Man are talking like this is first year of Arteta. This is going into phase 6 and you're still telling me, let them get their players. What we doing? Let him get his own... What was it? Let Arteta get his he needs his profile. The whole team is his profile. Zinchenko is his profile. Lokonga is his profile. Fabio Vieira is his profile. Kivior's his profile. These are players that are bought in from this guy. Jesus and flipping Havertz is his profile. Like, what's man talking about?
And not even that, they're players that he's tried to mold. He's tried to mold Havertz into a midfielder, failed, and then molded him back into a striker. He's tried to have Mourinho as a midfielder, failed, and then molded him into a forward. He's had Zinchenko playing in the midfield and playing at left back. He's had Ben White playing as a centre back and then turned him into a right back. He's molded how many people? Saka went from left back to fucking right wing.
Rice in the 8.
How many of these players?
Rice in the 8 as well. Like,
yep.
Bro, I can't be bothered. Like, is Lokonga and Fabio Vieira, are they still there as well?
Yeah.
Vieira was on loan. Lokonga's too.
Oh my god!
Nuntavages as well.
Now we sold him. I think we sold him for 8 million.
We sold him. Right, cool.
There's no way Lokonga's still there.
It's crazy.
My God.
It's like he ain't built this team, and they're still telling me, trust the players that he needs in this bro. Let's just go off the last 2. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna end it with. Man, anyone that tells me he needs his profile, he just bought a left back that can't get into the team. His profile. He got a DM that can't get into this team. His profile. His DM can only get into the team as a striker, and that's because that says a lot about where we are at in terms of Arsenal strikers. And you're telling me trust his profile.
That's a brilliant way to wrap it, bruv. Make sure you add a sub to Northside and make sure you sub to Mike's as well, man. Big up Cozy says Jota, Mane, Firmino, and Salah. Liverpool fans were spoiled. This is what you call good scouting. None of them were world-class talents when they got signed, but they got made because they had a good coach and it was a good scout. That's exactly what it is, man. Big up, though. Big up, Cozy. Big up, Pacharo, saying Poch just reached the final, probably to lose again. Pacharo, you already know what the final result's going to be. My guy. Big up, Staffy in the chat as well. Big up, my brother. Big up.
Big up,
big up to Ayan. saying, Lewis, call me mad, but Maresca is better than Arteta. I say just because Maresca already has a European trophy and finished top 4, Arteta 8th in his first season. Now, as much as I hear that, I'm just going to have I want one more season. One more season with Maresca, just to confirm it and to really stamp it. It is already 1-1 for trophies. But next season, you let Arsenal even just stagnate. Not even regress. Just stagnate. We're going to have the conversation. You let Chelsea progress under Maresca again, we're going to have the conversation. I was called crazy and ludicrous for even saying that I'm not worried about Arsenal like I'm worried about Liverpool and Manchester City because they've done absolutely nothing to worry me. We finished 5 points behind them and on the same amount of wins. So we will see. We will see. Arsenal got to do something in the window to worry me. They ain't done nothing yet. So I'm not thinking about them like that. Not at all. Big up, Fata, my G. Big up, bro. He said, this is what always happens every time Chelsea players sign for Arsenal. Arsenal fans start to hype the players up and then looking for validation to prove us wrong. They could sign Garnacho and Noni. The maddest thing is, though, like I've seen some of our Chelsea fans trying to validate Garnacho when we were seriously linked with him. Thank God Gittins is done because now we don't have to worry about him. That's an Arsenal and an Aston Villa problem. We can knock ourselves out of that one. But I actually haven't seen Arsenal fans yet try and run the copium for Noni. Even Igal, even Mr. Arteta himself said he ain't with it. He don't care if Arteta wants him. I don't want him. That is an example of the levels to how Arsenal fans are not taking this one. I think this is genuinely like the final nail in the coffin. Noni Madueke to Arsenal. But I say that, wait till it happens. Because if it happens, exactly. You see, someone's going to say, you know what? He ain't too bad, you know? They're going to bring up a comp from, like, I don't know, the Wolves game or some shit and just be like, I actually see what he can do off the right, you know? He could be decent in the cup matches and all of that crap. But yeah, big up Fata and big up to Joel saying rest in peace, Jota. Big up, Joel. Obviously, rest in peace to Jota. Rest in peace to Andre Silva. Condolences to the loved ones and all those impacted. And big up to every single one of you that's locked in as well. Big up to Omar B. He says, big up to panel, RIP Diogo Jota. Big up, Omar. Appreciate the kind words and rest in peace as well. Mike's, West Ham, Kudus. Who'd you rather he go to, Chelsea or Tottenham? First off. Horrible selection, I know, but...
I can't make that joke right now. Oh, God.
Say, fuck's sakes.
Like, bro, like, I'd rather just not watch football again, to be honest with you. I'd just rather not watch football again. Like, Chelsea or Tottenham, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. I don't know, man. I don't know. Would I rather Kudus suffer at Tottenham, have the odd moment, maybe score against us every single time? Or would I rather have basically the modern day Lampard situation? If he does well. Which I don't think is going to happen.
At least you can't call him fat this time.
You never know. You never know. There's always time. There's always time. There's always time to call people fat, man. There's always time to
one wrong pre-season photo and it's over.
Yeah. He could look like Willian for Arsenal, like in that pre-season. Like you never know. One day. Listen, I don't know, innit? I don't know. I don't think Tottenham are paying the money, though. I don't think Tottenham are paying the money because they're still going on about this bid from 2 weeks ago about 50 million and all this. Daniel Levy and David Sullivan trying to negotiate a deal is hilarious to me because you've got one person trying to drive the price up constantly and you've got one person trying to drive the price down. There's a reason why we've never done business with Tottenham, like since Scott Parker, because these two can't negotiate a deal to save their lives. And literally the only reason why they got Scott Parker was because we got relegated and Scott Parker's a Tottenham fan. So it made sense. But that was 11-12. That was the first season of that ownership. Now, I could only really see him going to Chelsea. And that's it. But Chelsea have to offer cash up front and sell Madueke probably. because I'm assuming 1 in 1 out makes sense. That's why you're trying to offer players, trying to offer a swap deal and stuff. But West Ham have said categorically 2 weeks ago, we want cash up front. But I literally went on holiday, came back to see the same news again. Like, I could have told you this 2 weeks ago. Why am I still seeing the same headlines for Mohamed Kudus? I'm still seeing Tottenham try and lowball us, and Chelsea talk about player swaps. I could have told you this 2 weeks ago that was going to happen.
We haven't done anything new since then. What we heard was like after João Pedro, we weren't really going to make any more incomings in the attack without outgoings. Now we're hearing, maybe because of how Tottenham are moving, that we might just go for him even without outgoings, and we might just like take the punt and go get Kudus anyway. So like, I don't know what's happening with Tottenham's situation because I don't know if they're going to spend more money. But my whole thing with Kudus has just been, like, just wait. We're the more serious club than Tottenham. Like, look, I get like the Clear Lake era ain't exactly been amazing, but look at Tottenham in the Clear Lake era, and we're still the better club to go to. Just wait, because I think we'll pay that money or something close about once we get a certain outgoing, and we're gonna lose either Nkunku or Noni or Jackson, or maybe even 2 out of the 3. Someone from those 3 players is going to be gone, and then it looks like Kudus is going to be the one that we bring in as the replacement. Just wait for us. But even then, for you, like, is there no like realistic players you could maybe want from Chelsea? Because we love the you take a player, we take a player trade-off. Like, it doesn't have to be the bold prick. Like, it don't have to be Sanchez, but there's got to be some depth players that could be an asset to West Ham that we could do business with.
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing.
Somebody, not even Noni. You could even have Noni. I don't care.
Oh, yeah, the chat are funny. The chat are hilarious. As in Sanchez, as you just said.
Yeah,
no, bro. Like, I will again. All right, let me be careful. But like, that's the thing with these Chelsea players. Yeah, like Dewsbury Hall, Petrovic seem to be the only realistic ones that I don't mind. But at the same time, they'd have to be separate deals. Like, I've liked Dewsbury Hall, like at Leicester, and thought he was an all right player. I think he'd be a good option. I don't think he'd be a solution though. Petrovic seems like the best goalkeeper we've been linked with that I know of, because we've been linked with some random German goalkeeper that I don't think we're going to go in for. Other than that, Petrovic seems to be the only competent goalkeeper we're actually linked with, because obviously we've been linked with Sanchez, we've been linked with Ramsdale, and these are terrible keepers. We've been linked with Trafford, who is going to Newcastle, but I don't particularly care about missing out on. It's more of the fact of the intent of having a list of these players and actually not going in for them. So I don't see this deal happening unless you guys get a sell and then we do the separate deal thing, the whole PSR nonsense where we get a couple players and we negotiate it separately and we get straight up cash for Kudus, because we don't want to like just a straight up swap deal. It's just not going to happen that way.
No, it would never be like straight swap for swap. It'd be player plus cap, and then we'll go get Kudus.
But that's the thing. Why is my club relying on this sale to sign players? It is July the 3rd. PSR is not a thing anymore. It's a new year. It's a new dawn. It's a new life.
Steinberg, that apparently no one other than Kudus is being seen as attractive by other clubs.
Yeah, but Jacob Steinberg, I prefer not to speak, bruv. Like,
same with me, isn't it? Same with me.
No one likes Jacob Steinberg.
Ain't he a West Ham fan?
Yeah, but
I saw some of his tweets about Lampard and Matthew Harding doing the rounds from back in the day, so it seems West Ham.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't mean he's a reliable journalist, though. He's not reliable.
Oh, yeah, I just feel like maybe you'd have at least a little source or something within your club.
Nah.
I actually think he wouldn't be a bad move for you guys, though, because I think like Antonio's deal's run out, right?
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, like that could be like an Antonio mold or someone who could like you hopefully like supersede him.
Yeah,
Presser, strong brother, could be a decent finisher. We have only seen Conference League minutes from him, to be honest, but could be a decent striker option. Like, I'm trying to look through some of the players and like try and find realistic players. I don't think Nkunku would join. Chukwuemeka might be a good shout, or KDH. Sterling wouldn't happen, not with those wages, and I don't even think you'd want him anyway, and I wouldn't blame you.
Like,
would you need centre backs? Because Disasi, Badiashile would be options.
We do need centre backs, but what the fuck would my club be doing if they were signing Disasi and Badiashile when they have Mavropanos and again? You're just signing another version of them. It's just a beta version. It's just an iOS
Yeah,
update.
there'll be better versions, especially if you play like if you play deep, then the Sassy's really good. If you're playing high, don't bother. Don't even buy him.
But this is just like an iOS updated version of Mavropanos again. Like that is it. Like what the fuck is
You'd
this?
rather the update, no?
No, not necessarily, because sometimes they give you shit formats on certain apps and shit, bro. So
Yeah,
what
you
the
know
fuck?
what? Fair enough, innit?
What the fuck? It's not every day we need an iOS update, you know. Like I'm not trading a bozo for a bozo. No, I take Leslie. Like I think Leslie's a good player. He fucking scored against us.
We got somewhere.
Fucking scored against us.
Gusto?
Score for us.
You want
I
Gusto?
wouldn't mind. I don't mind Gusto, to be fair. I don't mind.
Yeah, gotta be real. Gusto's stocks are in the fucking bin right now. I couldn't care less if he goes.
I still think you can
have
find a
Kivior.
new lease of life at a different club. So you can have Kivior. Get the fuck out of here, man.
You say Jackson?
No, he said
It's
Kivior.
better than Mavropanos, though. It's better than Mavropanos, though.
Also, that's not saying much, bruv. Like, that's not saying much. You only said Kivior because you said I look like him, bruv. Like, that's the only reason why you want that. It's just so you can have Kivior highlights. And it's just my face. Like that's the only reason why you're saying that.
We're just trying to help you out here. We're just trying to help you out, man.
So trying to help me out. Get the fuck out of here. What the hell are you man doing, bro? They're trying to take us scraps on Big Six clubs all the time, bro. Just because we've got one Bissaka doesn't mean it's gonna work all the time, man. But no, man.
You got the right one, not Raz. Just don't get Sterling, otherwise you're done out.
Bro, the Chelsea have some players that could work for West Ham, but at the end of the day, this club's still relying on Kudus being sold to do anything because the guy is stingy. The owner is stingy. And this is the problem with this club. Well, I said before, a few months ago, we need 11 players. We signed 0. We signed a guy called Daniel Cummings as a youth player. The guy's called Cum. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. The guy's called Cum.
He might have been from Chelsea.
Oh, Diddy would like him.
No, it's from Celtic. It's from Celtic, bruv.
Oh, it must have been a different one.
Bruv, we signed a guy called Cum. And we haven't bust a single transfer. Like, look, what the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. We need a goalkeeper. Ariola's still here. We need a right back. Wan-Bissaka's the only right back. We need a left back. We need centre backs. We need literally every single position. And we signed 0 players. I've seen
and
targets.
This is
I don't
where
even want
we
to
can
other
help.
teams, bro. No.
We're stockpiling FC. Like, we'll have players in every position. João Felix can do at least 4 of them. Like, take him.
Bro,
how much money do you lot actually have available to spend?
I don't know because like we have money, but this owner's like, oh, we don't have money. We do have money. We're 7th healthiest in PSR, and it's a new year PSR, so we have money. We have money. Like what the fuck? Like we could spend basically as much as we sell, but at the same time we could spend money now. What is stopping us from spending money now if we're bidding 20 million for players and it's getting rejected, but we're so called relying on Kudus to be sold? All of this is bullshit. All of this is bullshit. I don't care if. I don't care if Sunderland and Leeds are signing these players or whatever. How is Sunderland signing players before you? How is Sunderland signing 2 players in a week, but you can't sign 1 player and have to rely on
Sunderland might get Petrovic instead of you.
If Sunderland get Petrovic instead of us, genuinely nuke the whole of East London. Like, for God's sakes, man. Just David Sullivan needs to just shove that dildo up his ass until it bleeds, bro. Like, legit. And Jack Sullivan as well. God, fuck your mum, bro. Like, legit. Like, this fucking family do my head in, bro.
Maybe you need to get relegated, bro. You lot are down there to be one of the favourites to get relegated. Maybe that's what they need to go through. Do you know what I mean? Hit them where it hurts in terms of money, innit?
No, but they already got relegated under them. I think they got relegated twice with them.
No, we got relegated in our first season under this ownership. This was my first season watching football. And it was the literal first season. We had Avron Grant. We came 20th. And they came up through the playoffs. If we get relegated, we're not coming back. Don't think we're coming back. This is not a bounce back season. This is one of them ones where it's like this team have been in the Premier League for a while. They get relegated. You don't see them.
You'd come back. Jarrod Bowen would do generational numbers over there, Mitrovic level numbers. It would be crazy.
Seeing Bowen in the championship, it's his own fault for staying. But Bowen in the championship is a crime against football. That's a genuine crime. Like.
It'd be a crime to watch it. I think that would be one of them butts in seats sort of players. Like man would just be turning up to watch Bowen in the championship just hoop.
Bruv, don't turn if West Ham get relegated, don't turn up to the London Stadium. What the fuck are we doing?
No, not me. I haven't gone in years.
No, I'm just saying to the fans, like, don't turn up Don't turn up to the London Stadium if we get relegated. Like the stadium shit as it is. It's not like it's Upton Park where you can just turn up and have a good time. This is Stratford we're talking about. This is Stratford.
Yeah, but
It's
I mean,
not
you guys would win
Upton
more
Park
games. The
anymore.
atmosphere would be a bit better.
If we might win more games, but I don't think we're going to be like a Norwich where we go straight back up.
Nah, you
This is
definitely
West
will.
Ham we
We've
talk
seen
about.
teams like Leicester struggle in the league, go down and just take the piss out of the whole competition there.
We've never
Yeah,
done that
you
in our
guys
lives
do
when we've
that.
been relegated. We've never been automatically promoted in the Championship. We've only won it by the playoffs. We beat what's it, Preston, I think, back in the day, and we beat Blackpool in 2012. Like, we've only been promoted via the playoffs. This is not a joke. This is West Ham United.
Time for a first.
Time for a first. Like, this, but I don't care, man. I don't care. I have to transform my channel and rebrand my channel if West Ham get fucking relegated. I don't want to watch that shit. If I wasn't on YouTube right now, I want to stop watching, bruv. I want to stop watching. Like, Sunderland are signing players before you. Deep that. Sunderland are more ambitious than you. But people are telling me we can't get relegated because we have a better manager and a better squad, so-called, yeah? You see, we drew to Southampton at home last year. We drew to Southampton at home, and you're telling me we can't get relegated. We drew to Southampton at home. Southampton, same points as Derby County, Southampton. James Ward-Prowse losing to Flynn Down, Southampton. Edson Alvarez on crack cocaine, Southampton, bro. I'm still seeing Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, again, Mavropanos at this club. The only sales we made have been on a free. This club, I let Antonio go on a free. Cool, that's fine. But after what happened and shit, this is how you let him go on a free? The so-called sentimental club, they like to be like, oh, but he's done so much for the club and all that. Is this what you're doing now? Kudus is your only sell. Paquetá is doing up Bet365 in a court case. Like, I have had enough. I've had enough. Emerson wants to leave because he's got 1 year left. What the fuck is this club? Areola is just a big fucking French spastic in goal now. Like, what the fuck happened to you, bruv? What the fuck happened to you? You was meant to be player of the season last season. Now he's just a spastic. I was linked to Ramsdale, who's not better than you. What the fuck? What the fuck am I? Why is it every week I'm just seeing West Ham are interested? West Ham are considering. Consider your mum, bruv. Consider your mum's pussy-o.
Oh,
Like,
wait, we've been there, man. Not with the
considering. Fucking considering interest at the start of July. Charlie Cresswell. We're considering Charlie Cresswell. We got rid of one Cresswell. We're so obsessed we want to get rid of. We want to get a different one instead. We want to get a different fucking Cresswell. So I still got to put up with a fucking Cresswell at this club. I can't be bothered. Like, get the fuck out of here. Considering players in July. The fuck? It's like you're in a talking stage for 9 months and you're still considering Tashaga. What the fuck? She could have had a kid by then, bruv. She could have had a kid by then.
It's still early in the
Fuck
window,
that.
mate.
Fuck that.
Man, it's not even pre-season, guys. It's not even pre-season.
Oh, fuck pre-season, bro. Fuck the summer series, bro. Fuck the summer series.
Oh, you in the summer series?
Yeah, Bournemouth, Everton, and Man United.
Oh, fuck. We're going to lose our title, man. Damn it.
Man, David Moyes in the summer series. Like, what the fuck? Like, this fucking fan base. I swear to God, man. This fan base. And these absolute fucking pricks, yeah. You don't deserve life. Like, you don't deserve to watch fucking West Ham. Because even I have to witness this year, but at least I know about this club. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve this. Because, bruv, I shouldn't have to hear these stupid opinions on Twitter all the time about you pretending to know a player as soon as we're fucking linked with them. To Stad Ren and them, man. There's some fucking Stad Ren players and what's the fucking name? ASSE and all. What the fuck? Saint Etienne players. Who watches Saint Etienne, bruv? Don't tell me you watch Saint Etienne. You don't watch Saint Etienne, you spaz. You don't watch them. You don't watch Saint Etienne. Literally, get across out your eyes.
Buana and Saliba. That's the last time I've heard of them.
Bro, get across out your eyes. Go outside, touch grass, get some hay fever, bruv. Like, legit. Go outside. Go outside. I'm not like. Don't send me comps about Saint Etienne. Saint Etienne players that you're linked with. Meant to be linked with some striker from fucking Saint Etienne a few weeks ago, considering to go in for.
Oh, that's it. We got a move from there, man. Like Matisse. Forgot about him because he never played.
Bruv.
We literally only bought him to send him to Strasbourg in a month.
Hey, which club? Yeah, since Tottenham Hotspur.
Dumbledore, mate, that's a 10-second timeout. Please think about what you've done. Sorry.
Which club since the Gareth Bale money has spent worse money after getting 105 million from Declan Rice, spending it on Mohamed Kudus, James Ward-Prowse, Konstantinos Mavropanos, and Edson fucking Alvarez. Your name isn't even Alvarez, it's called Velasquez or some shit. It's fucking, your name is shit, bro. Your name is fucking shit. Your footballing ability is shit. Your face is horrid. You got a big beaky nose. Your hair is glued on. You got no footballing ability. You got 1 foot. Like, fuck off. Like, I don't like midfielders that don't know how to use the football. And they tell me, oh, but he can tackle, he can run and all that. What about you in the middle of the fucking pitch? You know, midfield? Do I have to break it down to people? Midfield. You're in the middle of the field. What the fuck are you doing in the middle of the field?
So you're going to put in the mid in midfield.
Yes. James Ward-Prowse, bruv. James Ward-Prowse. Free kick king hasn't scored a free kick at West Ham. He hasn't scored a free kick at West Ham. James Ward-Prowse hasn't scored a free kick. We could ruin David Beckham if he joined West Ham. Prime David Beckham would die here. Like, legitimately.
No, you lot wanted to back in the day.
Mavropanos, bruv. Mavropanos. Oh my god. Square fat fuckhead. Like, I fucking hate this guy. And he's still here. He's still here. The amount of mistakes this guy made last season and he has the audacity to stay at this club. You should do the walk of shame. You should be throwing shit at you. You should be going out of the Romford fucking training ground and fans should be throwing shit at you. Lucas Paquetá, do you think I care if you're guilty or not? Do you think I care if you're guilty or not? I actually don't mind the guy yet, but this guy has the audacity to drive away from the fans in his big fucking Lambo and not like sign any fucking autographs or anything, bruv. You should have shit thrown at you, bruv. Like, I do not care about players at this club. I do not care. Like, I'm tired. Like, why do I have to go through this transfer window to go through next season with probably 0 signings, players getting injured all the time, being run into the ground? What the hell? What the hell? Somerville's injured, Nick. Somerville's injured. One of our most effective players is not coming back until August. So he's missing pre-season. I'm relying on Wan-Bissaka, Bowen, and vibes. I'm just relying on Bowen scoring goals, Wan-Bissaka making a couple. Fucking hell! I can't be bothered. What the fuck? Like, Jack Sullivan said he liked the Brighton project. He went on Spencer FC's podcast a few years ago and said West Ham like the Brighton project. Jack Sullivan, David Sullivan.
Oh, West Ham like the Brighton project. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world.
No, but what the fuck are we doing to do with the Brighton project? We're not kidnapping any Ecuadorians. That's what they do. They kidnap the cheap Ecuadorians, bro. We don't do that.
And now we try get there before they do. So now that market's getting a bit more packed out as well.
Like, now we're just like looking at the Premier League. Oh, Premier League proven, guys. Oh yeah, look at the Premier League proven players we signed this time. Ward-Prowse, Premier League proven. Fuck off.
Premier League was a good signing.
They don't get any fucking service, though. Don't get any service. You don't get any service. What's the point of signing a Champions League finalist striker who doesn't get any service? Destroy PSG. Doesn't get any service. What's the point? I've seen this story happen so many times. Scamacca, same thing. Look what he's doing at Atalanta. Won the Europa League. Sebastian Haller was good at Ajax and Dortmund and Frankfurt. Shit at West Ham. This happens all the time at this club. This happens all the time. They're constantly misusing players. I don't care, bruv. I don't care. Like, if we sign the player tomorrow, I've got no transfer dopamine because we need 10 more players. I don't care if we sign 1 player tomorrow. You should have signed 2 players by now, minimum. We need 11 players. And the fact that Potter said a few months ago, oh, West Ham, like, it's not a surgery thing. Like, we're not doing surgery around here. Like, that should have told me all I need to know. I'm going to refer back to those comments because you're basically a product of your own failure at this point. Because as much as it's not completely your fault, you took the fucking job. So the brunt is going to be on you next season no matter what. Whether you're 70% of the blame or 30%, you're dead next season. Like, you're literally done out here because you put yourself as the face of the problem. You knew what job you were taking when you're in the interview. Do you think you don't know what the job is when you're going into the interview?
He's going to come out next season talking about, sorry, guys, I was just in a crisis meeting, like he did with us. You're going to get all of that was chaotic.
And he's already wigged out at press conferences already. He's already done it. He's already lashed out at the reporters. He's only been here 6 months. I promise you, going at West Ham is a different cut. It's like just shagging the local nitty. Like, that is West Ham. That is the West Ham just shagging the local nitty. Look what he does to people. Potter is gonna be bald. He's gonna look like Ten Hag by the end of next season, bro. Like, Literally, there's the same equivalent. It's the same equivalent. It's just watching your missus get fucked every single week. Brutally analyzed every single week, even in the off season. This is West Ham United. Just getting analled. All the time. All the fucking time.
I mean,
Literally, their back office just getting run through. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. You constantly getting diddied on and off the pitch. It's fucking stupid.
Nice. Dortmund just announced that Gittins is off. Let's go. Off to Chelsea. Not the
He's
transfer
rubbing
drop.
it in, man.
Sorry.
You're rubbing it
What
in.
is
What a
that?
time to drop that, Lewis, man. Look at this guy.
So I just got the update now, innit? Jamie
I
Gittins
just
set to
got the
transfer
update now.
Hey,
that.
must be fucking nice to sign some players, isn't it? Must be nice. Must be nice. Like,
Dopamine and that.
I'm getting no.
Sorry, that wasn't even meant to be me rubbing it in. I just got it in from the chat and I thought, yeah, let me pull that up quickly.
I honestly might have to turn to drugs next season, bro. Like, what the hell is going on, man? I might have to go to
man.
local
Road to Madrid, man. Fuck Bundy's lot. You know what I'm saying? Just road to Madrid. Man. You know what I'm saying? Just forget it, bro.
Bro, I had such a good time not thinking about football in Greece, man. I forgot football existed, man. I forgot football existed. Like, I didn't have to think about West Ham United. I had pre-recorded uploads, so I didn't even have to look at my own channel. It was good, man. It was good. And then all of a sudden, I come back home. Oh, I support West Ham United. It's that feeling again. It's like when you come back home, it's like, oh, fuck. I'm going to talk about West Ham literally the next day. Like, what is the point? What is the fucking point?
Just say as well, there's no agreement between Spurs and West Ham. So apparently they got the 50 million bid rejected, which is like, why would they even accept that in the first place when they're expecting more to drop later in the window and teams also to get more desperate? We'll end up dropping a bid probably after the Club World Cup. The deadline's just passed now to register, so there's no point in us even like trying to get any bids done before that point. So once we're done with the Club World Cup, then you might see the Kudus situation accelerate a bit more. And hopefully we get him. And Noni, we can just sell him anywhere. Don't really care where he goes. It doesn't have to be Arsenal. But like, I just find it funny because the way the Arsenal fans are panicking about it. But like, you could go Atletico, you could go Newcastle, anywhere. I don't give a shit. I genuinely don't care. But yeah, big up to every single one of you that's locked in. Yo, we got 500 plus in all throughout the show, man. Big up to every single one of you. I've really enjoyed this. Big up, guys. Obviously, we spoke about it before, so I want to say it one more time. Rest in peace to Diogo, Jota, and Andre Silva. Condolences to his loved ones. Condolences to all of his family and friends. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. Northside is going live right now. It's going to be another show on his channel, so everybody head over there. Sub to Mike's. I saw a few of you guys said in the chat that you've subbed to him as well. So love to see it. More of you guys do it. More of you guys do it. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care, like and subscribe. Up the Chels.